to talk to you about something different. It's funny, I always say something different, but seriously, I'm going to talk to you about something different. I want to talk to you about goal setting and actually putting a plan of action to get to your goals. Many people have a lot of goals in life, whether that's I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to be the next superstar, I want to be the next popular person. I don't know what your goal is, and I really don't care. But what I am here to tell you is, in order to achieve your goal, you need to have a plan of action, you guys. You really need a plan of action. It's awesome that you have this visualization of a goal you want, whether it's I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to build wealth for myself, but you need a plan of action. You need to write it down on a piece of paper. Let me give you an example. Many years ago, right? Back in 2006, when I was undergrad at Northeastern Illinois University, I went to my advisor's office, and me and my advisor sat down, and we looked at the scores that I had in my placement test and everything like that. And the advisor was like, well, Jose, looking at your scores and looking at your classes, the way you're going, you're probably not going to graduate until 6 years from now. And I was like, 6 years? And in my mind, I was like, there's no way I'm going to graduate in 6 years. First of all, there's a tuition line for 4 years. I have to graduate in 4 years. There's no way I can be here for 6 years. Plus, when I was a freshman in high school, it was told to me that college was 4 years, and I'm going to graduate in 4 years. And I said that in my mind, I'm going to graduate in 4 years because the other reason, because I really wanted, that was my goal, but because it was a tuition lock also. So there's no way I'm graduating in 6 years. Right? So I left the office, and instead of being down and being depressed, like, well, okay, I guess I'm going to graduate in 6 years from now, I said, no, this is going to change. And I said, I'm going to graduate for May 2010, right? That was the goal. If I graduate in December, that'd be great. But the end goal is I'm going to graduate by May 2010. So that was the goal. So I wrote it down. May 2010, a piece of paper at the top, I said. And this is right after the meeting, guys. Right after the meeting, I didn't go and depress myself. I literally sat down at this, and I grabbed the class schedule. I grabbed this other booklet that had like the major and all the requirements for it. And I looked through it. I read through all the general requirements, and I literally sat down, right, put May 2010. And I put little boxes, fall, spring, and summer for every single year up to May 2010. And I said, I'm going to take these classes. I already took these classes. I'm going to take all these classes, and I'm going to have to take summer courses in order to graduate by May 2010. I literally wrote out my schedule from when I started all the way down to May 2010, right? I wrote out my schedule like, okay, I'm going to have to take summer courses. I'm going to take at least 5 courses per semester. That is the only way that I'm going to be able to graduate by May 2010, right? Now, that was the vision, that was my goal, and I wrote it down. And my plan of action was I wrote down the class I needed to take in order to graduate by May 2010. And I also wrote, okay, I'm not going to be able to party as much as my friends. I'm really not going to be able to party and go out all the time. I'm really going to have to increase the amount of hours I study. I'm going to have to go to the tutors and whenever I need help. And I'm really going to have to get involved with school because, studies have shown that if you get more involved in school, you'll be more likely to stay in school and all this stuff. But I really set down that goal that that's how I'm going to accomplish it, right? But it would have been nothing if I didn't write it down, right? I could say to myself all day, I'm going to graduate, but if there's no plan of action involved with it, then the goal would have never been achieved. And what happened in May 2010? I graduated, guys. I graduated because in 2006, I set a goal and I had a plan of action that I was going to graduate by May 2010. Now, did circumstances change? Yes, of course. Things changed from 2006 to 2010, right? Nothing is ever pretty, right? Nothing is, every time you plan on something, it doesn't always come out like you said, right? Like Outcast said, you can plan a pretty picnic, but you can't predict the weather. It is so true, man. You can predict all this you want, but you can't predict the weather, right? So I had to make significant changes. Of course, I made changes throughout my plan in 2008, 2009. I made changes. I had to add some courses, take out some courses. I got involved with the McNair Scholars Program and all these things like that. So I had to make some changes, but the end goal was there. The goal never changed. The plan of action might have changed, some of the classes might have changed, but the end goal stayed the same, May 2010. Right? And I kept thinking to myself, putting in my mind, 2010, I had it written down, guys. I had a plan of action. Every semester, I always had that plan of action with me, and I looked at it. How close am I to reaching my goal? Because I need to have those steps. Okay, I checked off. It was so wonderful when I checked off, okay, took that class, took that class, took that class. I'm done with these requirements. And I wrote them down, and it felt so good to check them off. Guys, you need to do that. Any goal you set in life, you have to write it down. You have to have a plan of action in order to see how you are going to achieve that goal, right? Goals are cheap. It's the plan of action that's gold, right? You have to, because you have to write them down, right? That's the only way you're going to achieve your goal. Write them down. Any successful person will tell you, whether they're a successful teacher, lawyer, doctor, whatever business person, whatever they are, they write down their goals and they write down a plan of action because they know how to get there. Right? Remember, you are the captain of your own ship, guys. You are the only ones that can steer your ship in the right way, right? Nobody else can. You are the architecture of your own life. No one else can build your life but you yourself. Circumstances may change, things may change, but at the end, it's up to you to how you're going to reach your goal. All right? Peace out.